Hello, hello, hello. My name is Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming, and it is Friday night. And that can mean only one thing. Mayhem is about to ensue. Because that's what happens around here on Fridays. Especially when people go like that. I know it's coming. We are here, as always, playing a wonderful Grant Howitt one-shot. Tonight it is what I did on my practical adventuring exam. To my players, I probably should have told you this before we went live. Your sheet says what I did on my summer holidays, but that's not what Twitch sees. What Twitch sees is summer holidays crossed out with 2 yellow lines, and below it, scrawled in chalk on the board, it says practical adventuring exam. The other rudeness on the board was already there, and you can see that. So, with that, it's a Grant Howitt game. We are using the virtual tabletop Astral, which is new to us. So if we go at various moments tonight, that's why. It is still very, very new to all of us, including me. But it is wondrous, marvelous, and spectacularly fun to play with. I'm building character sheets 2 or 3 a week, and if I can do it, quite literally, anybody can do it. So yes. Oh, and by the way, this is not a paid advertisement. We're not paid in any way, but it's just been amazing. With that, we are also using art by Pixabay. The background of the overlay is by Pixabay, and other art is by them as well, except for the art behind me, our official logo, the Dirty 20 Gaming logo, and that is by Thunderscape 7. You can find all of this out over on our Discord if you'd like. All right. With that, that's the technical stuff. We'll get to the rules in a second, because the important stuff now is these wonderful people. These people that, having seen what we do on Friday, still said yes when I asked if they'd come and play with me. So they're special. I'm special. We're special. This is going to be fun. They are in no particular order, except the order I've got them written down here. Playing Davin for us tonight, Saber. Welcome back. It's been a little while, especially for a Funshot. You were in one of our series a little while ago. But you are a streamer in your own right. Tell us what you're doing when you're elsewheres.
Sure, yeah. Thank you for having me back. I absolutely love it at this channel. I could live here. And I am also at Mercs and Mischief on Wednesday nights. I do a show called Class Trip as a young half-orc bard with a fang going up and a tusk going down, or vice versa, or something. He's a silly drummer. And I also am an artist, and I draw mostly my characters, commissioned characters for people in this channel and other channels. And yeah, that's... Oh, and I teach.
Yeah, don't forget that part. Your real world.
This is my this is my day job. That's my night job. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Only if. But again, thank you for coming and joining us. I'm looking forward to your interpretation of this game. Next, Tails. Haven't seen you since Timely Interventions, I don't think.
No, it's been a little while. This is also one of my favorite places to be. It's always such a fun time. I love Friday nights too.
Thank you.
I've done a couple one shots with you, but it's been a while. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm also a teacher by day, and love playing here. I'm also a podcaster, but my podcasts I've been doing have all been on hold because we're feeling some burnout and needed a bit of a change and a break. But they're all still there. Hundreds of episodes for you to listen to if you want to.
Hundreds of episodes. This would be a very good time to get caught up because they're not creating new content. You can feel like you're making some progress.
It's called Tiny Fences, and it's about Joss Whedon content, especially Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So
I believe somebody was going to post that link. There
I think Saber's always on it.
You got beat by chat this time. You got beat to your own link.
Farah's camera isn't working, so I was trying to troubleshoot that from here, but I'm just gonna pop over next door and see if I can help.
Absolutely. I'll talk about the other stuff for a while. We're all good. This, strangely enough, is not a network show. I don't know why. I guess that leaves us with only one choice of who to talk to next. Nick, playing Rail.
Pronounce it as you want.
R. I'm just gonna call him R. Oh, the cameras are messed up for the moment. They'll fix in a minute. Hang on. Go ahead. Tell us about Oh, the trials
So
and tribulations of
it's fine.
Wednesdays for you. Yes.
It's yeah, it's a Friday, and Fridays are fun days. So you have work in the morning, you have your power go out, so you have to give a presentation during class. It's a great time, but whatever, you make it work. Oh yeah, but yeah, that's one of those weird. Wrapping up the final semester at university, I'm also kind of wrapping up my job that I've had for 2 years. So that's a lot of change,
Yeah, no doubt.
but it's fine. I do need to like keep myself from the temptation of jumping in every game that's like offered to me, though. I do need to figure out how to not say yes to everything.
Do you realize you just failed to say no in a sentence saying I have to learn how to say no?
Yes,
You
that's
said
me.
failed to say yes. We'll get you a help group, I promise. Because yeah, you
Oh,
got to graduate. That's important.
I'm pretty sure
The
like
games
this.
can wait. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like this. The Discord is definitely of the everybody's like, yeah, we're in like 5 or 6 games, and I'm like, I'm currently DMing one in one with you tomorrow night,
Yep.
and and then there's people that's like, oh yeah, I want to start a game. It's like, okay, what's the topic? Oh, and then they tell me the topic, and I'm like, that sounds interesting. It's like, but they haven't told me what time or what day.
Uh-huh.
It's like, oh dear, I don't have anything scheduled right now. This is gonna be bad, but it's okay. I'll learn time management.
Eventually, you will have to sleep. Oh, thank you for the raid, Miyu. Thank you so much. Thank you for bringing your party with us. Appreciate that. Oh, and look at that. You've already, well, yeah, look, there's chat's already got something to talk about. Cat's name Miyu. Excellent. So,
Great. She's
update
gonna
on
try
the. Yeah,
restarting her computer.
no worries.
Yeah. Sorry,
I
folks.
guess then I will talk about me for a minute because we talked about everybody else.
Yeah.
And I know the camera's just messed up again, chat. Don't worry about it. It'll be back in a minute. Oh, beat me to that too. But yes, you can find all of our stuff over on YouTube. We've got. Don't tempt me, Jack. I will song and dance for 45, 50 minutes. And take a short break, another coffee, and I'll be back for more. But for now, we've got 2 shows, Saturdays and Sundays. I got to make sure I get this right. Saturdays is our away team, our Star Trek Adventures, where we've got 4 of them trapped on a hostile planet in the neutral zone, being hunted by Romulans and other even worse potentially stuff to come. We are 1 episode into that, and we are 2 episodes into the Sunday game, which is 1866, which I am putting up as one of the top 10 interesting years in all of history, because everything was happening at that point. But we're doing that on Sundays, and then back on these for Fridays for these fun shots. And I guess this must be a sign, an omen, that it is time to announce on the 3 weeks from tonight. I don't want to get the date wrong, but 3 weeks from tonight, yeah, the 21st, I believe it is, Friday the closest to the 21st. We will be playing here on that Friday a game that I built in honor of the person who built all these games that we've been playing for the last, it feels like, years. Grant Howitt on Twitter was playing Fights in Tight Spaces and said, every time I look at this title, I see tights and fight spaces. He posted that on Twitter. He said somebody should make that into a game. I foolishly leapt in and said, I'll do it. And I am, if nothing else, a person of my word. And so I did it. And so on the 21st, we are going to have drag queens, drag kings, and the fabulously well-dressed compete in a live reality stream for the ultimate prize, the ultimate wardrobe. We have, I believe, 3 players booked. That means there's 3 spaces left. So if you go over to our Discord channel real quick and sign up, you can actually be in that game. So bravery call. Who wants to play in that as their very first streamed experience? Let me know over on Discord. Other than that, we're going to briefly, I guess now, I'm going to start to go over the rules a little bit because they're real quick, and we'll go over them again when everything is back to functional. But our characters tonight are about to graduate. Well, that's not quite true. They're about to not graduate. Some ne'er-do-wells here. Some people that get report cards that say things like "does not play well with others" in high school. One that says "will not pay attention." Those sorts of kids. You're all failing. So you've been given one option. Unless you want to come back and do it all again next year. They know you can do it. You did it. Well, they watched you not do it, but they saw that you knew how to do it when you weren't doing it. So, yeah, you'd have to come back and do it all again. Or you can take a practical adventuring exam, which will count for 50% of your yearly total. Considering you have 1%, yeah, considering you have 1% out of the other 50, you had better succeed. That is where we come in. So why don't we do, I don't usually do this in one shots, but why not? Let's go around the table and explain who these people are. Rael, what, when you tromp out of the when you drop out of the principal's office, head hung low, being sullen and teenaged.
So you'd think he'd be sullen and teenaged, except for the fact that this is a kind of a weird misunderstanding. He thinks it's because of failing. It's because somehow I ended up on the school rolls. I was here once, something like 5 years ago. And this is what happens when you show up somewhere just a little bit at the wrong time.
Yep.
Is they think you've just kind of been absent for a while. No, I never planned on coming back. But no, I'm here now, and I guess I'll help these people out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, absent slips. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That's not copyrighted material. Absolutely. When you got to your room, you opened the door, like the room that you had the last time you were here. It's like they couldn't possibly, like it couldn't. Oh shit, the key fits. You push the door, and it's got, and it's because behind it there is sheaves and a small mountain of paperwork from the university. You read it for the last couple that landed because they're on the top of the pile, and you look at them and they're saying it's quite clear. Yes, we are aware the overlay is a bit off. We're waiting for one of our people to restart their computer, and it will fix it right back up as soon as we're done. But as you read the top couple, it is quite clear that the only reason that you are still here is that somehow your tuition keeps getting paid every single semester. It turns out, actually, you flip over one of these pages, you potentially could argue you don't have to go on this mission because according to this document, you've got 274 credits.
Oh, they're all extracurricular. None of them are gen eds. That's good to know.
Thank you for digging us out from underneath that bus. None of them are core subjects. Absolutely. Yeah. You have the world's only doctorate in basket weaving.
Sure, that skill will come in handy.
Yes. Later tonight, if either one of us remembers. So, yes, you're here by accident. You continue on from there. Daryl, when you tromp, and I use the word because I kind of know, tromp out of the principal's office, and all the everything on the counters around goes poof, poof, every time you walk. Somebody has to reach over and grab their coffee before it bounces off the side of the table. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like a 6'6", massive dragonborn who walks out of the office, and yet I somehow managed to look like I'm shrinking, because I am so shy and so upset that I had to go see the principal. I've got really cute little glasses and two little tiny wings that quiver when I'm nervous. And
They're
I'm
quivering
walking
now.
out of the office because I get so nervous that I can't do the presentations in the class properly, and I forget all my words, and so I'm not passing anything, and I just don't know what to do. So I have to go on this exam, but I'm afraid of fighting, and I'm afraid of everything, and it's gonna be scary.
And you actually say that as you're walking out of the principal's office, which is why you hardly have any friends.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Two questions. I'm going to ask the one that's not important first. Is there a specific type of dragonborn that you are?
Oh, yeah, I'm a black dragonborn.
Okay.
I'm black. Yeah.
And then
And
the
I've been studying sorcery, but I'm not very good at it, except that when it pops out of me out of nowhere, because I know how to do it.
And then the really important question: tail or no tail?
Oh, I don't have one, but I happen to know in my future I start to grow one. But right now I don't have one. Yeah.
You just have something that might be a tumor on the end of your spine.
Yeah.
I should go to the doctor. I really should. No, I'm afraid of the doctor. I don't want to go.
Yeah. So this is a character I play in another show, and this is in his past. So I happen to know he grows one, and it freaks him out quite a bit. But
sure.
As of right now, I don't have a.
So there,
right
I've added to that by saying this is the day. As you sat down, you got to university and sat into bed and going, "This bed's lumpy." No, it's me.
Oh no! I have a lump. I'll go to the doctor if I remember.
Oh, it was so embarrassing when I was 13 and I went to the doctor the last time I had a lump. But Davin, the other two have thumped out ahead of you. You kind of, I'm assuming you come out of the principal's office with a slightly different approach. Let's start there. How do you exit? Yeah.
This is an everyday, regular occurrence. In fact, I am proud of going to the principal's office. This is something that I, it's like a badge of honor. The more I get per year, the better.
There's already a memorial chair in the corner of the office, and you're not even dead yet.
Yeah. I mean, anyone who knows drow lore knows that drow, generally speaking, get praised for mischief, and I also happen to be a rogue, so things just kind of go hand in hand. But I imagine that I'm getting a bit annoyed with the talkings too.
Yeah.
It's getting boring and I'm ready to move on from school. So that's pretty much why I'm heading into this practical exam thing to move on. I have deep, dark, purpley skin and white freckles that make my skin look like nighttime, and bright white hair and golden eyes that kind of shift warmer orange or cooler green depending on my mood. I have a chain with brass knuckles around them.
Yep.
And a hip full of daggers, and I'm just looking like ready to move on with my life here.
You're looking like you would absolutely positively not get into any high school in North America today. Never. In any way, shape, or form.
Can't clean this act up.
You would be on the news.
Often. And again, badges of honor. Like, look, Ma, I'm on TV. And because she's also drow, she'd be like, good job.
And returning from the infinite doom. Just in time, actually. Perfect timing. Alara, the four of you have been chastised most fiercely for failing to put in any effort. You are bad students. You should be graduating this year, but you're not going to, because you have 1% so far out of this whole year. 1%. You are offered a way out. You either redo the whole year, or you do a practical adventuring exam, which will count for 50% of your year's mark. So if you pass, you will end up with 50.5%, and they will give you your diploma on the promise that you never come back.
Heck yeah, 50% is a pass, and
Yeah.
that's all you can
That's
ever
all you
hope
need.
for. That's all
Yeah.
you need is just 50%. So like
So,
we're good.
with that, you have been told that, and the three of these maniacs have stormed out of the principal's office in front. Well, one stormed, one shuffled, one slunk. Uh, First of all, what does Alara look like? Describe Alara as you walk out of the principal's office into the foyer.
Well, Alara is a wood elf. So she's got copperish skin with reddy auburn copper hair that's loosely tied in a braid over her
Mhm.
shoulder. And she's got it's like pieces of wood sticking out of her head in like a branch type way. One is taller than the other.
Okay, yeah.
So it's like kind of offsetting. And she has greeny brown eyes. And all over her body are like these fluorescent green markings, like tribal markings all over her body. Okay, so she
Spectacular.
struts out. So she's
Yeah.
ready for this 50%. So
Absolutely.
she's like
So
she's
I
like
thought I was coming back.
like the strut is very wide, like heel toe,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
big arms going. She's just
Yeah.
like, I got this. I'm
Just
gonna get this done.
taking over the room. I got you. So yeah, with that, you kind of burst through the other three because none of them were moving that quickly. You just got to boom through them.
In fact, chat
Yeah.
gave me an idea. I
Okay.
imagine I've now slid out of the principal's chair in the principal's chair, out of the office in the principal's chair. Just like
Absolutely,
took it
because
with me.
yeah, yes, absolutely, yes. So yeah, you push past Davin, and there and
Daryl. Push past Daryl.
Daryl. Yeah,
Or-
no, I meant
Wait.
no. You didn't you steal the chair?
I
Davin stole the
slide-
chair.
I stole the chair.
Yeah. So I was talking to
Oh, okay.
Alara.
Sorry, my bad.
Saying as you push through the three of them, I was just adding on that you look down and you realize that Davin has stolen the principal's chair. Behind you, you hear thunk. What the hell? And the door closes. And because it's a one shot, there are no consequences. You head off with the principal's chair. Just before you leave the office proper, the center part of the office, the one of the people behind the desk says, "You'll probably want this." And they hold out the thing that says on the front in very prominent letters, "The Project."
By the time they say the word "this," I've already swiped it out of their hand.
And I have already started pushing the chair that Davin's in. So I'm like pushing my chair down
You're
the
sitting in the chair
hallway.
reading, and boom, down the hall. The other two, what are you doing?
Well, guess that's the group I'm expected to be with. So he's gonna kind of follow along,
Yeah,
possibly kind of leaving Daryl behind.
yep. Daryl, last one in the room.
Are we supposed to do this together? Like, what did that paper say? Like, where am I supposed to? Okay, I'll follow.
At your moment
Are
of
you
greatest
coming?
weakness, just before you push your way through the door, the person that had the note looks at you and says, "You know we just don't want you back, right? Go.
But okay. I want
Go.
to pass. Have a nice day.
Go.
Bye.
Bye. Go.
Bye.
Go. Close the
I'm
door.
coming.
Close the door. Close the door."
Okay. Bye.
And
I'm coming.
you turn
Guys,
and look, and they're
I'm
flying down the
coming.
hall ahead of you.
They're
Because I
going
mean, you
so
would with
fast.
pushing a wheelie chair down the hall. Big wooden. I got this in my head. It's a big wooden ornate thing on wheels. So, with that,
I
Davin,
am
you're the one
reading
with the
it.
document. Absolutely. Let's see
Yeah,
what that document says.
I open it up, I'm pretending I have glasses, like pushing them up and like as we're reeling down. I don't even know Alara. She's just pushing me, but I don't even care as I'm
Yep.
reading. And I'll probably read a little bit out loud.
Absolutely. You flip it open to the first page, and what it says, and this is the first time I get to find out what it actually says. So this is where I get to start planning. Our adventure starts in a floating castle. And then you wouldn't know the next bit, but it's going to... Oh, actually, you would, because this is all a part of your mission. So, excellent. First page of the document, a cat leaps across behind somebody. And you look at it and it says, remember that castle from Storm King's Thunder? This is nothing like that, but it flies. And there's a picture of a flying castle that looks suspiciously close to the one from Storm King's Thunder, which is just literally a flying castle on a big rock. You must.
So not a Studio Ghibli film.
Question one. Question one. Defeat all the cartoonishly evil demons in the flying castle. You flip the page. Question, and then there's just like space, and it says show your work, and there's a page of lines left for you to show your work. I don't know how you're gonna do that. You flip it to the second page. It says question two. Get down off of the floating castle somehow and find a specific expensive mansion in Hollywood that is in need of repair. It is in need of repair because the cartoonishly evil demons have been using it as a party house for decades. We want that house back because it belongs to the university. This document will self-destruct in 5, 4... You
Well, I
are
sure hope you remember
technically,
that.
yeah, you said you read some of it, so how much of it did you read out loud?
I read about a castle in the sky and cartoonishly evil demons. Actually, I read the whole thing, but I didn't register the whole thing. I read it in like a narrator fashion, like I was trying to be funny, and actually, hopefully, Alara registered it because
Okay.
I didn't. Cartoonishly evil demons. I don't really care.
So yeah, you got the three things: floating castle, expensive mansion in need of repair, cartoonishly evil demons.
I got number 1 and 2, no, number 1 and 3, but I don't think I registered number 2. So
That's
hopefully
okay.
you remembered number 2, Davin.
The expensive mansion will, if nothing else, I will lead you there as necessary.
They're walking so fast, and is that cat talking? I think there was and there's a castle and it's floating. I can't fly. My wings don't work that way.
I put both my heels on the ground to stop the chair and stop Alara from pushing me, hopefully. And then I hop out of it and I look to Alara and I see the other two following behind, and I'm holding the leftovers of the exploded paper in my hands.
Yep.
And I'm like, all right, this is the party. This is the adventuring team here. Let's talk about skills first before we head anywhere. Who does what? I steal things very well. I'm fast and quiet. Well, actually, I'm not usually very quiet. I'm only quiet when I want to be. And yeah, you need something done, I'm the guy to do it. How about y'all? I look to Alara and then to Ryle.
That works.
And then
Nobody
Daryl.
knows. He's got a name tag and he never corrects you no matter how you pronounce it.
I know, who puts an A before an E? Who does that? Dear.
Well, I guess I am good at
Looking fine. We'll start there.
yeah. Let's
Dang,
go. With that.
girl. Whew.
The pause was totally intentional, by the way. It's not because I don't know what I'm doing. It's because Alara doesn't know what she's doing. I'm good at.
Yep. That's fairly typical teenager response. What are you good at? Nothing. What are you guys doing? Nothing.
Can
You spend a lot of time. Yeah. So, with that, you look around like flying castle. What the hell are you supposed to do with it? Hey, look, there's a flying castle. It is,
Let's
however, quite a
catch
ways
it.
up.
Let's catch it.
What do we have to do with it again?
We
Yeah.
have to kill the demons inside it.
So
Kill
we ought to get
kill
up
the
there.
demons.
Zombies.
Sweet. Okay, so how do we get up there is a great question. I take out my grappling hook
Okay. Absolutely. Yep.
and I tell me how to do this, DM.
I feel the
but
roll
I'm
coming
thinking,
on. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you're gonna
thinking
throw
I
your grappling hook.
Actually, I don't know how far it is.
I mean,
Can I
It's
throw it
it's
that
it's,
far?
it's narratively close enough for you to
Yeah,
use
I
this.
think
You had
there's
the
a bird
idea.
nearby that might be big enough for a few of us.
A bird?
Bird.
It's in Storm King's Thunder.
I
there
blink
is.
at I blink at
Don't
him
go
a
Storm
couple
King's Thunder.
times,
Uh,
and then I throw
But-
my grappling hook.
you hurl your
Yeah.
grappling hook up towards it. What are your traits that you have?
You want me to read the levels?
No, above that, the traits. Because as a character, you have
Oh.
2 traits. Yeah.
I am rebellious,
Okay.
obviously,
Yeah.
and sneaky.
And sneaky. Okay. So if you sneakily throw the grappling hook, then you get to roll 3 dice and use the top 2. It's Friday. It's easy. You hide
I know.
behind somebody else and hurl the grappling hook.
The thing is, I'm thinking about my character here. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this moment is not a sneaky moment. This is
Is it
a
rebellious?
showing off to everybody else moment.
It's a rebellious
And
moment.
like, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You're getting one either way. So you hit the P button or the one that says when you use something, when you use one of your traits positively, roll 3 dice.
Okay. I was gonna ask if I can roll real dice, but it's okay. I already clicked it, and I got.
You can roll real dice from now on if you want. But
Cool.
well, that makes up for your first ever astral roll. Remember, you said 3 crits. Yeah, you just rolled 3 shits. So 3 crits, 3 shits. You're all
Oh,
balanced
geez.
out. Should be good now.
Perfect.
So yes, I didn't mention it, but anything over a 4 is a success. If you get 2 successes, everything goes exactly as planned. If you get 1 success, everything goes as planned, but there's a complication. If you get 0 successes, the grappling hook plummets back towards you.
Did it hit a bird first on the way?
It was just about to grab the edge of the castle, and the bird went, no! Threw the hook back down at you. Turns out the
And then
bird's
I
on the
looked-
castle side in this game. That way we
My
don't get
party
busted.
member who suggested a bird.
Yep.
Now you've got to think of how we're getting to the castle. And I cross my arms.
This whole time, I've been standing there with like my mouth kind of like biting my lip while they think of ideas, and I have
Yeah.
no idea. And then when Rael says bird, the first thing I say this whole time is bird. And then I watch Davin throw this grappling hook with a little bit of awe and like respect. Then he misses it, and I go back to, whoa, what are we gonna do? And kind of chuckle at myself. And as Davin talks to Rael, I also look at Rael, hoping he has an answer because I definitely don't.
Rael and I guess our Alara also hasn't offered anything. And,
Well-
and you know what? I mean, Davin,
Yeah.
you can try again. There's nothing that says you can't try again.
No, I'm gonna.
100%
But you're
sitting
rebellious.
back in that
You're
chair. I
absolutely
am
rebellious.
back in the office chair, just waiting for others to do their thing. Now I'm embarrassed.
Oh,
I'm going to try.
you
to-
are. Just quickly before I want to do a thing here because you just used a trait negatively. You just used rebelliousness. Yeah, used it in a negative fashion. I'm not helping you guys then. So, for not helping them, as weird as this sounds, roll the, I think it's called the third one over. It's not with negative, it's the N. So you're going to roll 3 dice, and this time you're going to throw away the top 1. So the result will happen. But either way, when you're there doing that, make sure you put a check mark in the first box for trick, because you just earned your first point of trick, which will allow you
Okay.
to use your abilities.
I'm still learning. So
We
before
are
I
all
do
still
real dice,
learning.
I want to keep
Yeah.
click
So
this
roll-
thing.
If you want to use real dice, do that too. Roll 2 dice and tell me or 3 dice, and you use the lowest 2.
Yeah, it's not
3d6s.
letting me click it for some reason. So let me try this button.
There you
Haha!
go. There you go.
Ooh.
3 successes. Wow. You are you're like me. You're not rolling dice. You're flipping coins.
You know what?
Uh,
I'm way better at not helping than helping. It's,
yeah, absolutely.
It's canon.
So you and just radiate. I'm not helping anymore. I'm assuming you don't even wrap up your grappling hook. You just leave it there like that's fucked. It's broken. It wasn't me. yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So take a point of trick and you successfully pout. Oh, but that's 2 4s. Oh, this
Yeah.
early in the game, you drop back and you go into pout mode. Anytime you roll the same amount on 2 dice, your adversary shows up. So as you lean back into a really good sulk, who puts their hand on your shoulder?
You want me to describe this person?
Yep, your adversary, because they just showed
All right.
up this early.
All right. I have this friend of the family show up. Mafia lieutenant is the description of a drow named Gwench Doubletoe. She's my mom's like left hand, not even right hand,
Oh,
and has really high expectations of me, and I just can't with her. She's too much. If that's the hand going on my shoulder, I would probably smell her. I call her wench. I just ew. What
Yeah.
what are you doing?
And you push her away? A little
Yeah,
bit? Yeah.
I can see the hand.
Yeah.
I can it's nasty.
As you push her away, she kind of stumbles, which is odd. You know how well this person is trained. And as they fall to the ground, their hand lands in your grappling hook, and with looking you right in the eyes, they go flick. And you hate it because you hear clang, and the rope comes thunk. You know it's perfect.
Well, that's kind of embarrassing, isn't it? That was a little bit embarrassing.
There's a full-on tongue-out, snarky look at her.
Yeah.
And I keep sitting in the chair and roll it so the back of the chair faces her, like I don't even.
Oh yeah.
Not acknowledging her at all.
Her name is Double Toe. She's also got double thumbs, so she gives you the bye-bye wave, but there's an extra thumb. 6 on each hand. And on the third retch, you look up and they're gone. It's like, oh, you even hide better than me. First encounter
I'm gonna look
with
at this grappling.
Gwench the wench. I love it.
I'm gonna look at this grappling hook and think I don't want to climb that. So I look at Rael and go,
I mean, he's already
do you
halfway
actually
up.
know? Oh,
Have
Rael,
you-
but do you actually know? Do you know big birds that fly? I don't know how to climb this. Can you get your bird?
I was gonna say that Alara is also halfway up as well. She
Okay,
does
you
this
two are
like
climbing?
big jump onto Davin's head and like leaps from Davin's head onto the
wow.
rope and like is climbing. Yeah.
At first I was really grumpy, but then I like saw up her, and I'm like,
She's gonna come back and smack you.
Yeah, she wants me.
Wow.
The two of you are climbing the rope. Daryl, you said the magic word 3 times.
The
And
bird.
as everybody knows, when you say it 3 times, it comes to you.
A bird.
And as bird, as your voice cracks the 4th time,
bird.
you look up and there is a rock. This thing is like 20-meter wingspan. And it's in full peregrine falcon mode. Like the wings they're not outstretched, they're tucked like rocket ducts, like jet
So
aircraft.
he's.
And it's
I'm
coming down at you. It
surprised and I'm
sounds
like,
like a storm. Yeah.
Did I do that? Did I? I haven't learned any magic in the 4 years I've been here. Did I make the bird come?
Coming straight at you. It's about to get
That's
you.
a big bird. Stop,
claws
bird.
open up.
Tries to do incantations, but I has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
Stop, slow down, bird.
You get grabbed
can I
in
push
one
Daryl
claw.
out of the way before he grabs?
You can try, yeah.
Okay, what do I do? What do I
Yes.
roll? I push
That's-
Daryl out of the way.
I can't see that doing that in a rebellious fashion because you're helping
No.
somebody.
No.
What's the other one?
Are you trying to steal his ride?
Sneaky.
Sneaky? Okay, I mean, it's Friday, yes, sure. Without getting caught yourself. Add without getting
yes,
caught myself, and then it
the
becomes
stealth in
sneaky.
There, for
There you
sure,
go.
For sure.
3, and that makes you an egomaniac too, which goes well with the character. Give me 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes. 1 success. Well, 1 success, so that's a good and a bad. Well, guess what happens there? Aha! You saved Daryl, only to be grabbed by the other Talon. Oh, shit!
Can I stab it?
You can absolutely try, but Daryl, you are now laying on the ground
don't
watching
stab
your
the
flight.
bird. I think that was my bird. Come back, bird. Don't hurt my new friend. Come back, bird.
you're
I'm
just
trying to do
incanting
magic.
like a madman.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm pulling out, like in sorcery school, I've learned you're supposed to have stuff in your pockets. I'm holding onto a rock as I try it, then I pick up a feather, then like 5 grains of salt, and I'm trying all this stuff and being
That's
like,
perfect.
bird.
Now, we now know
I'm
why
like,
you
I don't
got
remember the Latin
1%.
word for bird.
Yeah. We know why you got 1% over 2 semesters now.
Yeah.
But yes, you are lying on the ground as there's now a rope that you could try and climb, or there's a bird's ass flying away with the snotty little drow that you just met.
The snotty little.
The one that tried once and then went, yeah. You can kill one of the
I'm gonna
NPCs
continue
later.
my attempts at magic until I like to see if I can get the bird come back and get me too, to bring us to the ship. Does any of my magic work?
Well, you haven't earned any tricks, so you can't do any of your stuff. But what are your traits?
My traits are I'm cute and nervous.
Cute and nervous.
Yeah.
You could argue either one of those at this moment. Or you could try and earn some trick by being too cute or too nervous.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Why?
That's how the game works. That's actually a specific advice that's on the sheet. If you're having trouble figuring out how to use your trait negatively, put the word
okay.
"too" in front of it.
Oh, okay, so if I'm too nervous, then it's negative. Okay.
Yeah.
I just start, I'm just trembling, and I'm like, none of this is working, and what if my friend dies and I'm never gonna get, and I start having a mental breakdown. Now I'm on my knees, I'm just rocking, like, I don't know what to do.
Absolutely. You pee all over the place and probably don't even notice.
Yeah.
But give us roll with negative attribute.
All right.
There are 2 successes.
Oh.
You
Who
you
gets
succeeded
distracted
at
the birds?
cowering and freaking out. So yes, it's an amazing show. So much so that the bird stops, and F physics, it just stops in midair, mid-flat, and turns around and looks at you. You hear
Come back,
in a very
bird.
bird voice, "Will you shut up if I do?"
Yeah, if you could take me and that guy safely up there, I'll shut
And it
up.
rewinds
I'll never
instead of
talk
flying-
again.
Instead of flying backwards, it rewinds, flip, 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 back down to the ground, grabs you in the other foot, flip, 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 and starts to fly back up.
Thank you.
I like this bird.
It only took us 8 minutes to get you guys up a rope.
I look at Davin, like, be quiet. The bird said no talking.
So, thank you, Jack. I don't do voices very well, but if I shut up and forget what I'm doing, I do sound effects. The 2 of you who are flying get there first. So Davin and Daryl, one on each claw. Daryl, it's almost like it's on purpose, but one of those claws just for the whole flight. The other claws move to get a better grip a couple times, but that the whole
You're
trip
going
up.
so high and it's so fast, and Davin, you're not supposed to talk, but I want to talk.
I really
said you were
like
gonna
this
shut up.
bird.
Yeah. Sorry, what was that, Davin? I missed it.
I said I really like this bird. And I also realized that what I did was rebellious too, because I stole his ride.
The bird apparently hears you say, "I like this bird," because you are set down gently on the ground just outside the castle.
But I'm glad I didn't stab it then.
Daryl, yeah, we just kind of skipped over that part, didn't we? Probably good for the best. Daryl, you are dropped unceremoniously 2 wing beats later from a height of sort of 15 to 20 feet.
Yeah, I don't land gracefully, and I'm
No.
clutching my heart, and I'm making a big deal out of how glad I am I didn't die. And then I remember too late the bird wanted me to shut up. I'm like, thank you, bird, you saved me, bird. I just appreciate everything. I'm alive.
The bird
We're
spirals.
alive.
Bird spirals up and up and up above the castle. If you're watching, you see a giant bird turd, a rock turd, drop on the center spiral of the castle. And they start to swoop away, and as they fly off into the distance, you hear, "I hate giants." It is
Like,
only
oh,
then that you
can
realize
I-
this castle is built
Can
for
I-
giants. It's huge. Yep.
I'm
You
gonna-
Can I
but
take
before-
a Can I take a severe risk and jump off the rope and like bound from the piece of rock shit onto the platform of the castle?
Yeah, you sure, absolutely. Can you use any of your traits to do that?
Yes, that is a bold trait.
Oh, that is
of which
definitely
I am
bold.
bold.
Yes,
I am bold.
that is definitely bold. Yeah, you. Okay, you're gonna.
That's positive, right?
Because I've decided physics applies a little bit. You have to jump off the rope onto the back of the rock, steer it back because it's already leaving. Steer, because we got to make this difficult. I mean, just jumping on a rock shit's too easy. So you have to get it to fly you back. Then you have to slide off the rock and land on the shit-covered roof and not fall. If you do that, we will put you well inside the castle.
Okay, cool.
So that's
that will be,
positive use. Absolutely. Yep.
yes, it will. Okay, here we go.
2 successes. The
Those are
what
2
you
sixes.
require, and there's 6s even. Oh, I said you land like that. You land 3-point stance, superhero stance. Somehow, for a
yeah!
moment, as you land, the third splats in a very dramatic fashion, and for just a split second, you have a cape because everybody that lands in a 3-point stance has a cape.
I am so turned on right now.
How did you even fail? How did you fail?
I have a shit cape.
You look up doing that, and the shit is coming towards you because it's splattered off the roof.
Oh my god, this
Nikki.
is 50% instantly. Woo!
But how did you fail? How are you here? How did you fail?
Because maybe I didn't attend classes. I don't know.
Aren't you
I know exactly what it says on your report card. Does not apply themselves.
Hey, aren't you the wood elf that eats all the pastries all day long in the calf?
Oh heck yeah, yeah, that's me. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I knew I recognized you from somewhere. You've always got powder all over your face.
Do
That's
any
the
of you know
cocaine.
magic? I'm now
It's part.
pulling rocks and salt and shit out of my pockets, and I'm just like, I think I made that rock bird appear, and I don't know how, and it was my first magic. And do any of you know which of these actually works? And I'm pulling out all this stuff that sorcerers can make you carry. I'm like, I don't know how I did that, but I'm pretty sure I made that guy come.
Do I hear this thing
From
coming,
inside
by
the
way?
castle. The giant feet. Sorry, do you hear what?
So I guess I've kind of arrived at this point.
Yeah, the two of you
Or
now
definitely
scurry
figure
over
out.
the edges like, yeah, thanks for the ride. You know, all sweaty and, you know, exhausted. Your arms are
How it
just
is.
pounding. Yeah.
So I'm kind of figuring out, are there like, I'm looking for a fairly large tree that if it were to fall into the castle would be mighty inconvenient for whoever might be inside.
There is a tree that is large enough that if you fall it against the castle, you would at the very least be able to climb it and get into the castle. It might do some
That
damage
would-
to the wall, but
Well, I mean, collateral, it's fine.
Yeah. absolutely. So how are you going to take down this tree? What is your plan?
Well, see, it would be really nice if all they taught you in botany is how to keep things alive. They also teach you how to kill things by accident, or if you really need to on purpose.
Kevin's expression killed me.
Okay. Yeah, you're okay. So you're gonna.
See, I don't exactly have, the strength, but I do realize that, it doesn't take much to, find a weak part in a tree.
I'm
Even if the
laughing
tree's
because
fairly
you're
large,
yeah.
especially one this old may have, a problem with it already.
So you want to cast blight on the tree is basically what I'm hearing. Down at the
It would
bottom
be
to let
convenient
it
if
go.
it was already blighted, but
Yeah. Yeah,
I wouldn't be
absolutely.
against it.
What have you got? You're grinning, so you must be able to use at least one of your traits.
See, I gave him the trait of having a green thumb. He's a,
Use
you know,
it
it's one of
negatively.
those-
You
he's
have a black
druid,
thumb.
but
Absolutely, yes. But this makes perfect sense because it goes against your natural druidic training. You roll you use this in a negative fashion. So yeah, roll 3. We use the lowest 2. This could be interesting. Oh no, man, you guys are killing this. 2 successes. Yeah. The only
Does it-
question.
do the doubles count, including the drop dice, or no?
Yes. Well, it shouldn't have dropped 2.
It
Oh, it didn't. No, it's only the 2 that get used that count.
negative use.
So they used the 5 and the 1. For some
Yeah.
reason, the one that it didn't use is lit. Weird.
I don't know why it counted the successes as 2, even though
Oh, it shouldn't.
technically only one succeeded.
That is weird.
I don't know.
6 is greater than or equal to 4. Keep the lowest 2. That's what it did. It was a 1, a 5, a 5, and a 1. It kept a 5 and a 1, the lowest 2. But yeah, you're right. Well, it gives you total number of successes. There's no way to get rid of that. The die that it throws
Oh, right. So
away,
it's like what we were
it
working
still
on.
tells you.
We
Yeah.
can't.
So yeah, it's telling you
It
rolled
drops
2
that. Okay.
5s, so there were 2 successes, but it doesn't tell you is that one of them doesn't count.
Yep.
Thank you, because
So it's-
chat was probably wondering that too if anybody was watching.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, two successes with your black thumbs.
Even though it was negative.
No, sorry, 1 success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 success. Sorry. So yes,
Make me fail.
okay. You put your hands on the tree, and you start to poison the tree like blight, like you're just rotting it. And you're right. This is a cedar. It's a huge tree, but it's 90% rotten in the middle already. You just start to crack this one side of it open. And then you hear all the druid teachers that have ever taught you, like, what are you doing? This is a being that is 1,000 years old. This is a giant size tree. What are you doing? And you kind of can't concentrate. And when the tree gives and collapses forward,
I'm
your
not really out of
thumbs.
the way, am I?
You were using black thumbs, so now you literally, they are caught inside the tree. You have black thumbs because they're crushed like thumbs in a cartoon, and you are pinned at the bottom of the tree by your
That's not fun.
thumbs. But the tree has successfully fallen against the castle. You guys could easily climb it to get in, and join
Are you okay?
John Holara, who's probably dancing by now. We'll get back to you in a second. Go ahead, Tails. Daryl.
Are you okay? Are you he went under? He's under that tree, right? Is he?
You can still see him, and you just scream. Well, you tell me, are you screaming? Both your thumbs are crushed.
It's not one of the more favorite things that he's ever had happen, so he's definitely
Yeah.
grimacing.
Oh, and I had decided early on that this was in my head. This has been a cartoon the whole time. So your eyes went when it first got crushed. And when you take them out, they're going to be this big around and flat and throbbing. So just so you know.
I just realized, Kevin, I roll doubles?
Thank you. We'll get back to that as soon as we get back to you dancing and poo on the roof.
Okie dokie.
Thank you for the reminder.
Welcome.
Yes, Davin.
Oh shoot! I hate when I lose it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
The first thing was I don't think you need those thumbs, and I can definitely cut them off for you. And I totally blanked on this. It was about the levels. So again, this is my first time playing this game. One of my levels is get inside somewhere important. So if I can get into this, does that help me, or does that have to do with my trick pool?
What level is that?
Level
that ability? 1. Level 1. So do you have one trick? You've used a trait negatively, right?
I've got a check mark.
Yes. So you can burn that check mark to do that thing automatically. You do not have to climb this tree. You can just be inside the castle.
But I could save it for another level later.
You could, well, if you do something negatively again and get a second check mark in those boxes, you can then do your level 2 thing.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
But if I burn that check mark now, then I'm stuck at level 1 forever.
Nope.
Okay, I'll leave it then.
No, if you burn that one now, you just uncheck that box. And then when you start using traits negatively again, then you keep checking them. Yeah.
Cool.
Exactly.
Cool.
You have to keep being bad to get your access to your powers.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
Speaking of being bad, would you like me to cut those thumbs off for you? I could get you loose.
No, I like to hold on to them. If you just help me out, it'd be nice.
Okay. Not gonna help you out though. I'm gonna jump over you onto the tree and start running up into the.
At least go over my shoulder.
Would that be
Right up the
considered
tree.
rebellious enough?
Boof, 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 boof.
Ouch.
Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, sorry,
Would
rebellious
that be
enough?
considered rebellious enough to take another check mark?
Sure. Let's do more check marks.
Should I roll that 3d6 of my being an a-hole running up the tree, see if I can get right inside?
I'm gonna give you one.
Oh,
You
cool.
did. Yeah. So yeah, just you do it because you are who you are, and yeah, you have a trick,
Bye,
a
all.
trick point just to pay it back.
See you
I'm
inside.
gonna, after Rael says, "Can you help me?" I go, I can help you," and I grab his ankle and start to pull. I'm assuming it hurts, but I'm just trying
Yeah.
to pull him out by his feet.
If you don't mind, waist is more helpful.
Yeah, you did it. You pull in this bit of the thumb that isn't in the tree stretches, and you get that elastic band sound. Bang! And he sucks you back in. Bang! And then the third time, because it's always the third time, because 3 times is funny, his thumbs comes loose, whap, into your chest, into him, and the two of you slam against the wall of the castle.
I knew there was a reason I didn't come back here.
On the roof, the amazingly patient Alara dancing in poop. You hear 2 sets of footprints, yours and whose?
That will be my brother Kevin, who
Okay.
did not step. He also did a bigger, better superhero landing than I did.
Oh, what a dick. What
And
a
then-
complete dick.
Yes. And then I I'm still in superhero pose.
Yeah.
And then I'm like looking up at my brother Kevin, and I'm like, how dare you? That's my glory. You just took my glory. And then I feel like I want to ram butt him in the head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or
You go
in the
to
stomach.
headbutt him. He goes with the impact, and as you knock him off the roof, he just looks at you and says, "Your glory is dancing in shit on top of a castle," as he falls back off the top of the building.
Yeah,
Because
so
Shut up! I know Dad loved you most, but Mom liked me better.
He'll come to my funeral. You brought this on yourself. You named him Kevin. I can only
know.
be a Kevin in response.
There you go.
On the bright
That's-
side, you hear
That's the truest.
outside the
What are they
castle.
called? What are they called? What
You are-
non-play NPCs?
NPCs, yeah.
Truest NPC.
So yes, on the bright side, outside the castle, you hear as he hits the ground. On the not so bright side, nobody, including you, dies in this game. So you just hear oh, and you look over the edge and you see a brother-shaped outline in the dirt, and he's buried about 3 feet deep.
I'm gonna take some of my shit cape and I'm gonna start piling it, throwing it into the hole, and hopefully I'll bury him in the shit.
Absolutely, you're flinging shit on your brother. So as all of these things are going on,
Is that mighty?
Ray, yeah,
Is that mighty?
uh,
Mighty is my other trait.
you know what? Flinging shit on your brother, that is definitely a trick. Absolutely. Hey, you're right. Have one for the trick pool. No roll needed. We're breaking the
Okay.
rules already. So refresh my memory. Rael and Daryl, are you guys, you're inside or you're still climbing the tree?
Outside by the
Or
base of the tree, but
right, you're
wouldn't
still
take much
stuck
to
at the
get
base of the
us
tree,
on
right?
the
Yep.
roof.
Yep. So the two of you
Yeah,
are just, what do you do?
Hold him out.
Yep.
Uh,
The tree is right there.
You're welcome. That was some interesting magic. I guess does that make you're a tree hugger? I guess, or a tree guy. You're a tree guy. You're a guy of trees.
Oh, you might be young, but you're a prick. Okay,
You're
this
a
is fine.
druid? Wow, that's, oh man. Tree
I
hugger.
just helped
Jeez.
you. I'm not a prick. I don't even have any pokey spines. Well, I guess we
Oh.
should go follow those guys, right? Go up there.
Rael, your giant thumbs, you go, and they're back to normal because it's a cartoon.
That was amazing. What did you salt on that, or a bit of a feather, or some origami? What did you have to? Did you have to hold something to do that?
Daryl, in the back
Oh,
of your
Let's say I
pants,
have practice.
as he's answering, Daryl, in the back of your pants, you feel a swelling. Boom.
Ah. Did you do
Check.
extra magic that made your
Ye-
thumbs big? I have something big growing on me too.
You reach back and touch it. There is a definite protuberance coming off of your tailbone.
I have a tumor. And I'm running around in a circle like a dog trying to see my.
Your
My
character is a
tumor.
sorcerer, right? Or is
Yeah.
trying to be a sorcerer? What is
But
their
I never
what is
learned
their
any
divine
magic.
source? Like what or their source?
I got a feather that I carry around my neck and it gives me power, but I forget to use it.
Okay. The feather says to you,
Oh, is he running around, by the way?
I didn't know my feather.
I completely forgot that I have a staff. So I just realized I'm going to bonk him on the head if he's running around me like that.
I think he was just getting ready to go up the thing, but yeah, you check it, you feel the little bump, and your feather speaks in your mind and says, "It grows every time you're annoying."
Uh-oh, it's gonna get real long. That's like I read that story of Pinocchio. It's gonna get longer than my body. Oh boy. I'm running around in a circle trying to see my tail. So if Rail wants to smack me in the
Okay,
head
yeah,
with a staff, that's all good.
trying to look at his own ass
Yeah.
with one hand there still, because he
I
strikes
imagine he like clotheslines me and I'm on my back, this giant dragonborn, like
me.
leveled out, like, look up. Why'd you do that? You're mean.
You call me a tree hugger. Anyway, let's walk up this tree.
That was and I'm getting up while he's walking ahead. I'm now muttering to myself, that was a compliment. Trees are nice. He made hug the tree and it fell over.
The two of you get to the top. Yes.
I imagine, as I've reached the entrance long before the others,
Yep.
that I have been very sneaky this time.
Yes.
And in peeking inside, and what do I see?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because you are the first one to the actual sort of castle itself. And everything is giant size. I mean, the doors are 30 feet, 10 meters tall. You're looking at them going, it would take you everything you own to push one of these doors open. But there's windows around too. And the thing is, the windows are 4 meters tall, but they're way up the walls too. But you are sneaky. So
Do I see any of the cartoonishly evil demons I am trying to slay?
Give us a sneaky roll. So I keep wanting to say with advantage, but that's not how it works. Positive sense. Give us sneaky in a positive way.
Okay.
I'm being sneaky in a positive way. One success. Finally, one success. You sneak across the grounds, and you find a drain pipe, and you crawl up inside the drain pipe like a spider, and through a rusty spot on the side out onto the window ledge. And you look in, and like it's leaded glass, but the pieces of lead are this big around. the panes of glass are bigger than you, and you realize it would be very easy to just pull one of them out of place and go in if you wanted to. You look inside, and it's a throne room. This is the big public space in the middle of this castle. And in it, there's a giant throne at one end and obviously a dais for all of the royal persons. And then there's sort of an open area below that where the everybody else of the court would be. They're all there. But at the moment, they're all clearly not themselves. You recognize what should be stone giants, hill giants, storm giants, all the types. But they're all spiky and wearing dark sunglasses and black loincloths. Cartoonishly evil. And they are performing an obscene but child-friendly ritual, because this has to go out as a cartoon. So there's a large burning pot of unknown substance in the middle, which they are all dancing around and chanting in an unknown foreign demonic language. Every once in a while, big lava bubble boils up in the pot.
Okay.
You hear the rest of your party clattering behind you, down on the ground.
Yeah, my plan was to enter in. I'm guessing the tree did some damage to the roof and try to get into like a kind of an overhead space.
Okay, so you're gonna go for the roof. Let me make some notes here because we could. Sounds like we're splitting the party.
Okay,
Uh,
and also just before we move on from that,
Yeah.
couple of flavor things
Yes,
for
please.
the audience. My objective has completely changed at this moment. It's not necessarily to kill things, if only to get whatever is in this throne room.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. The second thing is you said like a spider, and I have to say, I do have a familiar that is a spider named
Mhm.
Arashi, and I imagine that I actually sent her down this pipe to
Oh,
see
okay.
all of this, but I can't see through her eyes unless I turn to Daryl as he arrives at the top of the tree and I say, Daryl, I know we've only just met, but I have a favor to ask of you. Would you be up to
Yeah.
doing a favor for me?
And for some reason, he blushes. Okay. Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
going to place my hand on your shoulder, and you're going to be my eyesight here while I see what's down that drain pipe with my friend the spider. And Arashi just like waves her little hand, Charlotte's Web style, at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so little and cute. Okay. Hello.
All right, so you just tap my hand a couple of times if you need me back. If I'm in trouble, you bring me back that way, all right?
Okay. And then I imagine you go into the spider, and 2 seconds later, I tap you back.
Then I come right back.
I'm testing. I'm testing that you. I just want to make sure you're not like in a coma. Okay.
Good test. Good test, Daryl.
Mhm.
And then as the
Thank
spider
you.
goes down, I narrate everything that I see to Daryl.
Absolutely.
As soon as he says that they're prickly, I say under my breath, "Yeah, Braille, those guys are pricks. I'm not prickly."
Oh, nice.
Meanwhile, on the roof, looking down at all of this, Alara. Just because you look around, and now that you've danced most of the poop off of the roof, you see a trap door leading into the building.
Trapdoor.
Yeah.
Does this trapdoor, do you know, or maybe I have to investigate on whether or not it leads directly into this throne room
It
that everyone's trying
opens
to get into?
right up into this throne room. It is so bizarre how that works.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah.
So
There's only one room in this castle too. It's weird.
I have opened up the trap door.
Yeah.
And I am
You are. This is a
doing
a giant building. You are
like
100 meters off the ground.
yeah, I'm like tossing a rope down like doo-doo-doo, 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 da,
Because-
da, da, na, 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 na. Yeah.
You're gonna have enough, but I'm gonna do this. This is based on D&D. So you hurl your rope down and you slide down. You get 49 feet down, and you are hanging at the end of a 50-foot rope. Go. Uh-oh. You pull out another thing of rope and tie it on, and go down another 50 feet, and another thing of rope and tie it on. You do the entire 100 meters in 50-foot lengths.
That's a long distance.
That is totally me. I would do that.
Which is definitely bold. And I'm gonna say, just because I want to give you guys, you can see that there's a big scene coming up, and I want to give you guys some tricks. I would say that would be boldly using your boldness in a negative way by charging headlong into a battle without talking to your friends first.
Okay.
So give us a negative roll. 2 successes. Oh yes. So not only do you do it perfectly, nobody looks. I mean, you think about it, you'd be like a spider coming down on a piece of web, right? Just this tiny little thing, except you're going and then stopping to tie a knot.
Echo.
Yeah. And then stop to tie a knot, and it takes a half an hour.
Croc style.
Called Davin back. Do you hear that singing? I hear singing.
Yeah, weirdly, the giants can't hear you, but that's because they have huge ears. So you're making like it's the equivalent of singing in dog to them, so they can't hear you. As you drop down into the thing, you get down to exactly the window level, and you kind of stop for a second. You look out the window, and maybe you jump a little bit because there's a spider looking in at you.
No, I won't jump. Oh.
And it goes. And weirdly, it's got Davin's eyes.
Yep.
So
When I get to the bottom,
Yep.
what do I see? Like, are giants are in there?
There
they
are there
surrounding?
are probably 50 giants in this room that have all been taken over by demons. And there's some
Okay.
kind of horrible ritual going on with a big giant pot of boily stuff.
Okay, so I see this. So I see how many giants are in there?
37.
Holy crap. Okay. 37 giants in the big pot of bubbly
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, and they're not just giants. They're
and
all
that's
covered
it?
in spikes, and the demons have taken over, and because of that, they're all wearing sunglasses and loincloths.
Okay, so this loot that Davin was
Yeah.
talking about before, like, is there, what is
we,
the
we
loot?
never really got to that, and I
Okay.
like this. The king, or what used to be the king, which is now the biggest demon in the room, and as you look down, the facade is starting to crack. The giant king sitting in the chair kind of shudders, turns all red, shudders again, and gets really, really muscular. Shudders again, and his feet turn into hooves. This is taking forever. But in their hand is a staff made of gold. It is giant-sized staff. It's 30 feet long. And on the end of it is a diamond bigger than your head.
I want it. And I know Davin is also wanting it, but I want it.
There's enough gold there that 4 of you could retire and buy a planet each.
Can I?
I'm not going to ask you how you're going to carry 30 feet of solid gold, but never mind.
Okay, can I?
There's a
Hey,
way.
Chad.
10 meters by 15 centimeters, you'd never move it.
Oh man,
But
I'll
yes.
make another rock bird.
Can I? I don't know if I don't know. Okay, my instinct.
Yeah.
Can I use my spear to? Oh no, it's a pike. Can I use my
Yep.
pike to like knock over the cauldron and
You
like
could
jump back onto the
certainly
rope?
You could
Try to
absolutely,
get out.
positively try to do that.
Pretty
because,
bold.
because leverage works, and it's absolutely bold.
Okay.
This is coming up to the end of this this scene. To be fair, so anybody that's got any big stuff to do, you guys see how do I get the other two? The other two walk up to the main doors. Yeah, go ahead. Sounds like you have a. You guys went
So
up
yeah,
the
my
wall.
thought was kind of, I'm already above it, so I'm kind of looking down, seeing kind of, as kind of somebody who's been around and seen a few things, I probably recognize at least elements of what they're doing.
Oh yes, sure, yeah.
So I'm kind of
They are
like,
summoning a
okay.
greater demon.
Oh, Raider Demon?
Yeah, biggin.
Yeah, okay.
Like CR12, CR14, somewhere in there. If we were playing that other game.
You said it's
I
getting
mean-
close to the end of the scene.
I mean,
Yep.
that honestly, that just sounds like a good time. So I'm sure I have like, they just like missed an ingredient or something, which is why it's taken so long. I just want to hurl whatever's left down there,
Yep.
just from above down into the pot.
Okay. Into the
Because I'm
pot.
sure
What are
if
you
it's not
throwing
at
in
the
there?
time they're expecting it to,
Yeah.
it may just kind of explode and go wrong.
Okay. What are you throwing in?
What I was using was in order to kind of think about his kind of age, I actually kind of gave him maturity as a trait.
Yep.
But
Sure.
this is definitely not using maturity well.
Like,
Like, oh, I've been around the barn a few times. Oh, you're funny. You missed a
Yeah.
crystal.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Give me a negative use of a trait.
Chat says you should throw in some bird poop because you're on the roof.
That is 2 3s on
Well-
a 1. That
Well,
is-
you see, thank you, chat, but I'm going to use that, but not in the way you think, because I'm a DM. You slip in the bird poop and are unable to the crystal
I mean,
that you
I fall
hurl.
in, or I'm falling
Yeah.
in its direction. Absolutely.
Oh, well, I wasn't gonna, but yeah, you just did it. You slip in the bird poop, and you're pulling it. You're doing you're almost doing a golem. You've got the crystal, and you're falling headlong towards the big pot.
Oh no, he becomes the greater demon.
That would be
Daryl.
very bad.
What are you doing?
Tapping Davin's hand. I hear singing. I think there's bad things happening. I think Rael just fell from the ceiling. I think there are prickly demons. What did the paper say we're supposed to do? What are we even doing here? What are we supposed to do?
So at some point,
Your
I have
pants ripped.
actually come back and taken Daryl through the pipes.
Yep.
And because we're getting close to the end of the scene, I'd like to try the level 2 and burn my check marks
Yep.
for appearing behind someone in surprise.
Absolutely.
And this is how I'd like to play it out in my head. So I actually appear behind Alara on the rope and
Okay.
grab Rael as he's falling.
I love it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Wow.
Give me 3 dice positively.
I wanted to see him become a demon.
1 success. Okay.
I could have fallen in with him and then we could have merged. That was kind of
You-
the thought if this
you,
goes wrong.
You reach out and grab Alara first because, yeah, it's Alara. And then you
Hey.
reach out. Sorry, a second. I'm just going with what Davin has been playing all night. And then you reach out to grab Rael, and as you do, you realize you're kind of out of hands, and the two of you start to plummet. Fortunately, that's the bad part. Fortunately, the two of you fall on top of the lever that Alara is trying to use to push the plot. So,
Good.
onto this gigantic lever. Alara, you give me a... you were boldly doing this, so give me a positive use of a trait to flip this thing over. And we're going to make allowances. Oh, this might be an excellent time to use those 6s that... Oh, look at that. Oh, 2 1s and a 3. Oh, dear. Okay. That is an utter failure.
Oh no.
Actually, that is no, positive, so it's not 2 of the same.
No, it's not going to bring a adversary, but it is a total fail. So you is it a family heirloom? This pike, kind
yes.
of nearly almost. Yeah, because it
Yep.
just broke.
Oh,
Oh no.
I
All the way to the 3 of
saw-
you hit it.
Oh my god.
And the end of it is still stuck in the fire, getting red and starting to melt and get bendy at the end.
So I'm watching from the pipes and kind of
Yep.
figure out what she's trying to do. Do you think I've been cute negatively enough times to give me 3 tricks?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. So I'm
Actually, you know what?
accidentally.
I just
Yeah.
gave you your 3rd piece of tail. Whoops, probably wrong phrasing. Your 3rd section of tail. So yeah, we're assuming each one of those was a thing. Then yes.
Okay. So my 3rd trick allows me to breathe some fire, but it's gonna
Yep.
be accidental in shock. So I go, ah! And a thing of fire is gonna fly out and knock the cauldron over.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah. So as you do this, as you burn the 3 trick, you feel your pants as your
Oh,
tail
no.
goes away for now. That way you're back to your storyline where you started.
Hoggle's back. I'm rubbing my
and-
butt, and I'm just like so in shock that I just breathed
And
fire. and
that
I'm,
is a
like,
very
just
good point.
lost and
Technically, black
scared.
dragons spew acid. Would you like it to be acid instead? That way you can eat the side of the pot?
Oh sure.
Yeah.
I'll eat the side of the pot. Sure.
Absolutely. I like this very much. You panic. Hits the whole side of the pot, and it just starts to melt, and you realize you, your friends, all the demons, and this castle are about to get inundated with demonic fire as the pot starts to melt.
Uh-oh, I say out loud. Uh-oh. And just keep repeating. Hopefully I can
Uh-oh,
figure out what
uh-oh,
Davin and Alara
uh-oh.
and Rael do. Yeah. Uh-oh.
The 3 of you are lying in a pile on top of the stick that is all that is left of the pike of the Alara family.
Is there anything I can use to surf this wave of lava and look really awesome doing it?
Oh, yes, you can. Oh, yes. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Yeah, that is the most rebellious thing I've ever heard. I love it. So rebellious, positive rebellion. Yeah, this is a hero moment. Or no?
I'm
You wanna
not
do the
taking
next-
anyone with me.
No?
I just want to look awesome.
Oh, you okay? Well, that's still. For my reasons, I'm going to get you to roll positively.
All right.
Oh dear.
Nope.
Okay. Well, remember before the show
I got
we
two
had a little
threes,
joke.
though.
Yeah. Remember we had a little joke before the show where your first ever roll on Astro was 3 crits, and then right at the start of
Yeah.
the night you had 3 major fails,
Mhm.
And we laughingly said after the 3 crits before the show that if at some point tonight you could use those.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's my favorite word?
Yes.
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 You roll 3 6s
Ooh.
because that's what you
So
rolled before
I-
we started.
Find one of the giants had a shield
Yes.
that was fire resistant.
Yes.
And I grab it
Yes.
and I strap myself to it, and
Yes.
I am full on surfing this. You know what?
Put your
Anybody that
feet-
wants to jump on this shield with me, you're welcome to jump.
It's a giant
in.
shield. It's plenty big enough.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of places
Let's
to
surf
sit.
it.
I'm imagining because it was 3 6s, your nemesis also shows up beside you surfing as well.
Oh no, I got that. That's coming
No?
too. But
Okay.
yeah, hang on a second. Are the 3 of you jumping on the surfboard shield? That's all I need to
No.
know.
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I am super pissed that
Yep.
my pike has been destroyed. So
Okay.
the power of my personal rage is fueling me to run across the lava. So I'm just like
Just
running on hot stones.
Love it.
My
It is a
pike!
cartoon. This is a cartoon for sure.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I'm just gonna stick on the surfing shield.
Okay. So 3 on the shield and 1 running madly across the top of the lava.
No, I'm gonna go straight back up the pipe because I never went into the room.
Oh, you're
Well, I
just
guess I
like, "Oh,
breathed
I'm
acid,
outta here."
but
So, okay.
I'm out of here.
So
I'm
the 2
also
of you-
taking one last longing look at the 30-foot golden rod thing that's now gonna melt in acid, I guess.
Well, let's put it this way. We've got Rael and Dawn, or Davin. I wrote it. I can't read my own damn writing. Rael and Davin are on the shield heading off the edge. The other 2 are still in the building, essentially, for the moment. The 2 of you, the acid leading this charge, because it's kind of like acid, melted steel, lava is like the 3 layers of this wave moving across the room. It is mowing down all the demons. Everybody in this room is going to be dead in a split second as you go. The wall of the castle gives away, the outside wall gives away, and as you think, maybe this wasn't such a... You go off the edge of the flying castle.
Please tell
Still
me it
riding your
slides
wave.
us right to the expensive mansion.
Got it in 1. Thank you. You look
Yeah.
down to below you.
It's okay.
The acid hits Hollywood and burns all the way through the sign. So now it just says Hood. The middle is gone, replaced with this lava stream. And then you guys slam in behind it on this giant ass shield and skid to a stop. You look up and you see the post office box at the end of the driveway with the number on it that you saw was the address, just in time for it to burst into flames. You have
First thing I do is look
successfully...
to see if Alara saw me do that awesome slide into this new expensive mansion.
So
you go,
just to finish the thought, you have in fact finished the mission. You have also in fact burned down most of Hollywood. There wasn't.
Rebellious.
It didn't say you couldn't do it, but that's what 3 6s gets you. Back up inside. Who do I want to do next? I want to do Daryl next. What are you doing? How are you getting out of here?
Climbing up the pipe as fast as possible, and then
Right,
getting
so
to
you're back out the
top.
window and in the pipe.
Yeah, in the pipe, but then I see them. I imagine see them at the like just burning Hollywood, and thinking, how am I gonna get down there? And I start again going through my pockets to my salt, and my
starts rolling.
origami, and then I'm trying to look for that rock bird again, and I'm just incanting "Rockus birdus" because I don't remember any Latin from my studies. I cometh hither,
Aw.
and just trying to survive this acid that I blew.
No rolls necessary. That was magnificent. Daryl, eventually, almost in a moment of panic, you grab the feather, and it says to you, "Just fly."
I can fly.
Some things get bigger when you're not a dick. You hear behind you. You look up and there is a full span set of wings on your shoulders.
My wings grew.
Until you hear the voice just before you, I'm assuming you leap off the side and start to
Oh,
fly.
I'm gonna leap. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
as you leap, you hear, "Until you're a dick."
I'll be really nice. I'll be really, really, really nice. I'll never be a dick ever again, even though I don't know I've ever been a dick. I don't think I've ever been a dick. I try to be really nice. I think I'm a nice guy. I just don't know ever. I just don't always know
By
what's
the
going on.
time,
I'm gonna shut
by
up
the
now,
time you
Feather.
land by the burning mansion, you still have a full set of wings. You also have a 15-foot tail with a spike at the end of it. You got both by the time
Sweet.
you got to the ground.
I'm a full-grown Terrell man.
Which leaves us with the only person who's really lost anything tonight. Alara, you said you were mad.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? This is it. This is the final moment. So forget the rules, forget the levels, forget how many checkboxes you've got. Take us out. How does Alara fix this?
So I'm still in the castle?
Absolutely. There are no rules. Tell us a
Okay.
story.
Okay. I have been like screaming like a mad woman, like coasting along the lava.
Yep.
And I
So
have
it's going like this and you're running against it. Yeah.
Yep. And so I feel if there's any giants left, I'm like plowing through them, like headbutting them and like punching them, and like they just like
yeah.
explode upon impact. Like I'm
Oh yeah.
just punching them. And then like I will come to like a full stop and I'll see this like really big giant gold scepter. And suddenly my rage will be gone because I will have a new pike and it's gold and it's awesome and it's shiny. So it's like the rage is instantly like pew.
And because
like,
this is a cartoon,
thing.
yeah, because this is a cartoon, you flip it up on your shoulder like a log, the big giant shiny diamond out in front of you, like the world's largest hat pin.
I've got myself a new pike.
And the last of the lava burns out of the castle through the walls. You walk to the edge with your new prize. You look down. Hollywood and the world is ablaze. You look behind you. Big empty flying castle. How bad do you want that C-?
Really bad. I want it really bad. I think I'm just gonna. Can I ride the castle down to where everyone else is?
You go back inside, trying to figure out how to do this. You walk up to the throne where there was demon giants before, but now there isn't. And there's a hole in the side of the throne, and you put the staff in it, and it's just like a joystick.
It's like a joystick. I 100%.
That's why the king has it. It's how you fly the castle.
Yep. I slam my like new gold pike into the thing, and I'm like guiding the castle down.
You fly the castle down. Just so we can wrap this up, you pick up the other three and head back to school. This was supposed to be a really cute little game.
Sorry, not
and then
sorry.
We dirty 20'd it. No, definitely not sorry. Absolutely not sorry. Oh, you guys get back. And by the time you get there, the outside of the school, there are rows of police cars. Just rows and rows of them, various different agencies from around the multiverse. There are, you see mages with taking notes, detectives talking to your teachers. You're muted.
As a response to this,
because
I'm fairly certain most of them aren't going to be able to do anything in response, especially kind of noticing Davin seems a little uncomfortable with this kind of presence.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make time cease to move until we get inside and where we want to be. They might notice, they may not, or they may notice that, everything's kind of stopped around.
Everything's
Not that you thought I was uncomfortable. I was like, this is what I normally do. Hands up. Nah, never mind. Take me away. Take me away.
He also doesn't exactly want any more trouble in this place than he's already gotten into.
Fair enough.
I wasn't worried. It's aloof. I'm doing aloof.
Yeah, where are the cuffs? I'll get out of them later.
Remind me someday to tell you about the day I did that to a police officer in Banff after dancing on the hood of his car. I was really drunk and I just told you, so there you go.
Nice.
Nice.
Danced on the hood of the wrong car. Not like there's a right car to ever dance on the hood of, but that was the wrong one.
Granted, also wouldn't necessarily say he's paying enough attention to Davin if Davin were to steal anything during this moment.
As we're coming back and there's police, I'm talking aloud again.
Yeah.
Is this good? Is this bad? Do we pass, or are we arrested? Are they here because we did good, or are we here because we did bad? And I look a lot bigger with these big huge wings, and I hope they don't really notice me unless they can just give me my report card and let me go
Where's
home. And
that
I'm just like
bird and
babbling.
its claw?
And you
I
just
brought them the heckin' castle that they wanted us to destroy the things in.
Yep, you brought
So,
them
like-
one castle and you
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
destroyed
Screw
all the demons in
50%.
both places.
I need
Yeah.
100%. I need a hundred A plus plus plus. I brought them the damn
So-
castle.
You storm the principal's office and demand this. And you realize that the principal is frozen in time. So you wait till Daryl shows up and starts time, or sorry, Rael shows up and starts time again, and make your demands again. Like me trying to start a show here without remembering to mute stuff or unmute stuff. You give him one of those, and it's never quite as good the second time, but you give him the speech, and the principal just looks up at the four of you and and he slides 4 diplomas across the table. Just go. Please
You.
do not come to the ceremony.
Rude. We'll have our own.
Oh, fun! I'll bring some cheese crackers.
Ooh, I could be a valedict. How do you say that word again? Valedict.
A valid
I'm
dick.
a valedict. Yeah.
I'll go to that party.
And on those 2 lines, I'm a valedict. I'd go to that party. We will drop the curtain on tonight's adventure.
If you're curious, kind of what happened with Rail's kind of side of things,
Yes.
as he kind of said, leave, he kind of disappeared, and all that was, left is just a tiny orange on where his diploma should have been.
A tiny orange.
Tiny
oh,
orange.
The one hint after all night. A tiny orange. So, 3 of you and a tiny orange graduate from your school.
Valedicts.
Valedicts, one and all. Valedicts all around. And one of you
Awesome.
goes back to time and space mending.
And I think I have a bit of heartburn after all that acid.
I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship.
Pepto? It kind of burns.
I'm totally gonna raid the cafeteria about all the pastries before I leave this school.
Well, yeah, because right now everything smells like brimstone. Oh, that was so much fun, Jack. Yes, that was great. That was a good time. These Friday nights are always fun. And the best part about them is I never, ever know what's going to happen because I get that much warning. You saw it tonight. I push a button and that's where I start. So these are a blast to play. And I am so happy to have so many creative people that took me at my word when I said break my game. Do crazy stuff and make me think on my feet. So thank you all for doing that. It makes me have so much more fun during these nights. I mean, I have a blast anyway, but when you make me sweat, it's just, oh yes, what a night. So with that, the thank yous. Thank you to Nick. Rael was wonderful. The callbacks to a game that I guess really only one other person here knows about has hit me right, and it's you making the faces. This is from the
I thought so.
yeah.
With the Mercs game, right?
the Mercs game, yeah. That's where we turned
I had a
him.
moment, and then I was like, no, that couldn't be.
Rael is that character. He's another Carl. Yes. Sorry to give away your secret, man, but I had to.
Oh, it would have come up if I rolled doubles of anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but you never did all night. But
Beautiful.
thank you so much for bringing that character to the show tonight. Best of luck with your Wednesday group. And thank you for everything you do. You're helping. You're making a much better version of the game sheet for my balance game than I am ever managed to do. So thank you also for that. I appreciate those efforts as well, off screen as well. Thank you. Tales, Matt, always fun. Always fun. You do bring it's always different, but it's always this almost annoying player. Almost. just like right on the brink. And tonight I decided to call them on it, so it was great fun. So
I
thank
love
you
that
for bringing
addition
us,
of the
Daryl.
tail. Thank you.
Yeah, we gave you a
That
little
was
bit of
good
tail. We
stuff.
gave you some wing. Yeah.
That was awesome. Thanks so
Thank you
much.
so much for joining us. Oh, wow. Oh, Saber. Oh, thank you. I know you get to play on a couple of other streams, so to hear you at the start of tonight say that you enjoy coming here and playing means a
Oh
lot.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
live here. I tell you, it's great here.
Thank you so
Anybody
much
who's
for that.
watching who has not been part of any of this, please do throw the Discord in there one more
This
time.
can be
Kevin.
you. This can be
Yeah,
you.
please
It's
do.
that
And
easy.
there are sometimes some off-stream stuff. There's
Yep.
tons of stuff. Just come make friends, say hi. We'd love to chat with you.
Yep. You do not need to have a camera either. If you want to come in just as voice, we will put a funny little picture up in the box and you can just talk. All we need is a decent mic so we can hear you. Please join it. It's over there in the chat. Please join the Discord. Probably one of the, no, probably, I take the probably back. One of the friendliest places you will ever find on the internet. And most
Hands down.
supportive.
100%.
Oh, speaking of friendly and
I do.
supportive, there's a segue. It's the only one I did tonight. It's the only one. I've been cutting away from them, but I'm cutting back. Farah, thank you so much for bringing Alara. The bold, I mean, you made a whole character based off of one word. It was magnificent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That
Thanks
was,
for having me, Kevin. It was
oh,
great.
you're very welcome. That was bold in the extreme. I enjoyed every second of
Or
it.
Kevin.
Yeah, my brother Kevin, I like this Kevin much better.
Oh, great. He probably is going to find out where I live and kill me now. But anyway, we're like that.
Was
We're
that
bad
is that what
way.
a Kevin would do? Is
There
that
can be
what a
only
Kevin-
one.
I know you hate it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful narrator and for doing such a great job keeping this channel as a safe space for us to
Yes.
take risks and have fun. You're amazing. The story was great. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
Kevin.
you very much. I don't hate it. It just makes me really uncomfortable. But thank you very, very much. I feel it, I hear it, and I know you mean it, and I believe it. I really do. So thank you all. And that leaves to chat. You beat me. Now I got to talk after seeing that. Thank you so much to chat. You guys are why we do this. I would do this anyway, but performing for people and knowing that they're enjoying it just makes it an order of magnitude better. So thank you so much to everybody in Twitch chat because I know you're watching. I can see you there. I can see you responding. It's so immediate. And in this world where we can't have physical contact right now, this is as good as it gets. So thank you very, very much to chat. And all the people on YouTube in the future, I don't know you. I can't see you. You can only leave comments in the comments and I will respond, but thank you too. Everybody that takes time out of their life to enjoy this and share the joy is a job that I consider well done on our part. So with that, before it gets any mushier, it's going to get mushier because you know how this ends. Till next time, as always, please be nice to each other. Good night.